Two of the hottest drivers on the market right now, the Callaway Quantum and the Ping G440, both of which are available in your Foremost Pro shop. And I always say that the best thing to do is get fitted for whichever driver you're going to put in your golf bag. But in today's video, I'm going to give you a bit of an insight into both of these drivers. I'm going to give you an idea of how they kind of look to me, how they sound and feel, but also how they perform. And hopefully that'll help you when it comes to your decision of which driver you're going to put in your bag. So let's take a closer look at these two drivers. Okay, let's go with looks then, with the Callaway to start things off. Now, the first impressions with a driver, as I always say, is really, really important. Does it inspire you? Well, when we look down at the Callaway for the first time, very carbon in its profile. Carbon there to take the weight away and add that in different areas of the club. But the view from the top, we've got that rail that sits around the front, but we've also got that chevron that sits on top there, which allows us to be able to line it up really easily to the golf ball. And Callaway, never afraid to move with technology. AI, artificial intelligence, they've been doing it for a number of years with their faces, and this face looks AI. If I was going to think of an AI face, I would think of this face. It really draws your eye into the center part of this driver, again, making it really easy to line up to the golf ball. However, when we then move on to the Ping, which is a little bit different compared to what we're seeing out of the Callaway, we've still got a little bit of carbon on the back edge there. However, when you move onto that front rail, now you're moving into turbulators. These are there for aerodynamics, to increase club head speed, to allow us to get maximum ball speed. Those turbulators are not going to be for everybody. Whereas we had the chevron on top of the Callaway, the middle part of these turbulators make it really easy to line that golf ball up to the center part of your face. And when we talk about the face, more of, I would say, a traditional look on the face of this driver, a titanium face. And again, those lines on the driver just draw your eyes into the center part, making it really easy to line up. So two very different looks with these drivers, one of which is going to sit nicely in your eye. Then we move into sound and feel, and they kind of go hand in hand really when it comes to sound and feel. What you feel and what you sound, really important. And lots of these drivers have been inspired by tour players really when it comes to the design on them from a sound point of view, what the players want to feel, and that's kind of moving into these two clubs that we're testing here today. Now, I'll be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure what to expect when I think about AI technology and what it's going to sound like or feel like to me. So let's knock one away down here and just see and feel what it does. Oh yeah, a nice sound, high pop off the face. A pop is the word with that particular driver there. Caught it a little bit off center, which meant the ball moved off to the right hand side for me. But from a feel point of view, it felt powerful, but definitely a sense of like a pop sensation. If we then move into the Ping driver, I'm expecting to get more of a louder kind of tinny kind of feel off the face, or more of a ping off the face. Again, down the right hand side with this one as well, there's obviously a bit of wind up there, but that one you could probably hear was definitely more of a duller kind of sound compared to the pop that we got off the Callaway. I'm probably sensing that I prefer the feel and the sound maybe out of the Ping, but that Callaway did sound extremely powerful. So both golf balls located, unfortunately, down the right hand side and in the rough. The Callaway driver just a little bit shorter than what I'm seeing out of the Ping driver. And interestingly, I'm seeing that on the numbers, but albeit there's not a great deal in, is it? Maybe 2 or 3 yards difference between the two drivers. Now, if we look closer at the numbers from a ball speed point of view, around 148 to 149 mile an hour on average with that Callaway, compared to 151 mile an hour that I'm getting out of the Ping. From a launch point of view, a little bit higher than I'm getting out of the Ping compared to the Callaway. But the spin numbers, this is interesting. The spin just popping up a little bit more out of the Callaway than I'm getting out of the Ping, which in turn means that that ball is just traveling just a little bit further out of the Ping compared to the Callaway. However, from a dispersion point of view, what's interesting is the Callaway just a little bit tighter. And we can see from these two shots, albeit only 2 shots on the golf course, but the Callaway just being a little bit tighter and a little bit closer to that fairway than I'm getting out of the Ping. So from that side of it, even though the ping may be just going a little bit further, I'm probably going to get a little bit more tighter shots out of the Callaway. So there you have it, the comparison between these two big hitting drivers on the market right now. The difference in sound and feel for me, I think more for the ping personally, with that slightly duller, more muted sound, but that Callaway did sound extremely powerful. Whereas from a visual point of view, those turbulators may be putting off a few people, but they're there for a reason. They're there for that aerodynamics, which allows us to be able to swing that club maybe just a little bit quicker. And then when it comes to the actual dispersion of these two drivers and the performance of them, this is where the fitting really comes into it. Ultimately, you'll get used to your driver when it comes to putting it in play. You'll get used to the sound, you'll get used to the looks of it. But when it comes to that dialing the numbers in and the performance, this is where it's so important to get fitted for whichever driver you decide to put into your bag. So go and have a conversation with your foremost professional team, book yourself in for a fitting with one of these drivers and see which one is going to work best for your game.